On the Red Sea's sun-scorched coast, a quiet but seismic shift is underway. What began as whispers and satellite images has become a new alliance with global consequences. Russia, a superpower seeking renewed influence, is forging ties with Eritrea, one of the world's most isolated and militarized nations. This isn't just a local dispute, it's a move that could reshape the strategic map of the region. The Red Sea is a vital artery for global trade, connecting the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean. What happens here affects economies and security worldwide. Now, Russian military hardware is arriving in Eritrea, signaling a bold new chapter in Africa's great power competition. For decades, the West has tried to maintain stability here, but Russia sees an opening. Eritrea, long ostracized, finds in Moscow a powerful ally and shield. The first signs were subtle: unusual aircraft, new faces on the ground, but unmistakable to those watching closely. Russia's message is clear. It's back in Africa, willing to partner with regimes others avoid. The era of quiet diplomacy is giving way to open displays of military power. This alliance could redraw the balance of power in the Horn of Africa. The world is only beginning to grasp the consequences. The game for influence has entered a new, unpredictable phase. To grasp the stakes, look at the map. The Red Sea is a superhighway for global trade. At its southern tip lies the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a choke point just 18 miles wide. Oil, gas, and goods from Asia and the Middle East pass through here daily. Any disruption sends shockwaves through the global economy. Eritrea's coastline, over 1,100 kilometers, dotted with islands, commands this critical waterway. Control here means influence over a vital maritime artery. During the Cold War, the Soviets had a base. More recently, the UAE and Israel have used Eritrean ports. The land may be harsh, but its location is priceless. A hostile power could threaten or block shipping, driving up costs and rerouting global trade. The Red Sea's stability is a pillar of the world economy. Russia's presence in Eritrea alarms Western capitals for good reason. Djibouti, just south, hosts bases for the US, France, China, and others, paying dearly for access. Eritrea offers something different: a long, undeveloped coast, deep water ports, and a government unaligned with the West. For Russia, it's a rare chance to gain a foothold outside the established order. The stakes are high, and the opportunity is unique. Whoever holds Eritrea's coast holds a key to global commerce. Official statements are absent, but the evidence is mounting. Open-source intelligence and satellite images reveal unusual activity at Asmara Airport and Massawa Port. Russian military transport planes, Il-76s, have been spotted on Eritrean tarmacs. Multiple flights from Russian bases, new military hardware, and the arrival of Russian personnel have been tracked. These aren't just arms sales, they suggest a deeper strategic partnership. Technicians and advisors are helping Eritrea operate advanced systems, hinting at a long-term commitment. Satellite photos show radar systems and possibly fighter jet components arriving. The Eritrean government remains silent, as does Moscow. The lack of transparency only heightens regional anxiety. The world is left to piece together the puzzle from shadows and whispers, but the pattern is clear. Russia is establishing a real presence. The Horn of Africa is becoming a new front in global power competition. Russia's motives are clear: geography and power. For centuries, Moscow has sought warm water ports. The Red Sea offers year-round access to the Indian Ocean. A base here lets Russia project power, monitor rivals, and protect its trade routes. It's a direct challenge to the US and its allies, who have long dominated the region. This fits Russia's broader strategy: fill power vacuums, ally with anti-Western regimes, and show it's a global player. Economic interests matter too, securing trade routes and access to Africa's resources. Eritrea, isolated and willing, offers Russia a low-cost, high-impact partnership. By siding with a pariah, Moscow signals it won't play by Western rules. The move is pragmatic, exploiting fault lines to expand influence. The Red Sea foothold is both a symbol and a tool of Russia's resurgence. For Eritrea, Russia is a lifeline. Decades of isolation and sanctions have left the country desperate for allies. Russian support means advanced military hardware, jets, air defenses, and naval assets. It also brings political protection. Russia's UN veto shields Eritrea from further sanctions. Economic aid and investment could follow, with fewer strings than Western loans. Russia might help develop ports, tap mineral wealth, or provide vital supplies. The alliance bolsters the regime's narrative of strength and external threat. It justifies authoritarian rule and indefinite national service. For President Afwerki, Russian backing is both a strategic asset and a tool for regime survival. The partnership is about power, legitimacy, and staying in control. Russia's arrival in Eritrea has rattled the region. Ethiopia, Eritrea's historic rival, fears a newly emboldened neighbor backed by a superpower. Djibouti, host to multiple foreign bases, sees its own strategic value threatened. A Russian hub next door could destabilize the region and spark an arms race. The West, especially the US, views Russia's move as a direct challenge to its influence and security interests. Washington worries about intelligence gathering and interference with its own base in Djibouti. The response: more naval patrols, more diplomatic pressure, and a reassessment of Red Sea strategy.